Hey loves, Natalie here. So my book, Channeling the Masters, I co-authored it with Tom Madigan. We are about to put that out for sale here in the next few weeks. And so one of the last little pieces that I'm going to do for the book is channel a piece from Louise Hay, because she was my mentor, one of my heroes. And I believe she's deeply, deeply a master in so many ways. And so we actually finished the book the day before she died. And so I have a pretty little part of it where I dedicated to her, but because she passed, I would like to finish it off with channeling her now that she's crossed over. I've been kind of nervous about this one because I really, really respect her. And I want to make sure that I do it in a way that honors her and her life. So give me just a moment and I'm going to do a little bit of breathing and bring her into my energy field, and I will be right back. Alright, so I called Louise Hay, and instantly I heard, "Oh, hello, Natalie!" She's very, her voice is very happy and cheerful. She asked what we would like to talk about today. Now, Tom asked me a few questions, but this was like a few weeks ago, so I've lost them at this point. She says, "I would like you to remind you that Tom is a man of his word, and he will make sure you follow through, so you better go find those and ask the appropriate questions." She says she's really excited to speak with us today and make sure that the time we have is adequate with the questions that are asked and the meanings that she expresses will be able to promote wellness within the minds of the people that it reaches. She says, "Well, what would you like to talk about today?" As I don't have Tom's questions available. But you promised him, so you better make sure you go back and follow through on your promise as well. And you can retrieve me at any time to answer those questions. She says I can do it up as a follow-up for the book as it comes out. She says she wants to watch me succeed and grow, and she's especially fond of me as she's known energetically that I've followed her for years. And she's acquired let me try to translate. She's inquired a knowing of me within the faculties of my higher self on the other side, I guess you would say. She refers to us as great friends, and we've been inspiring to help each other navigate our ways out of this dimension for years and years to come, she says. She says I'm one of the people she's entrusted with my abilities, and that is why her book found me when it did, and was able to help me grow and expand in a way that changed my life forever. And this is very, very true. Her book saved my life. It's the specific knowledge within that book that you needed to be able to process the experience that you were having, in which you were trapped due to past karmic experiences that you had acquired from a previous life. But through my book, you were able to transform your life and enrich yourself in a way that no one else can ever keep you limited in the ways of the mind. You have excelled in multiple areas because of this, and in that I am grateful to be your friend. So let me ask her a question. Now that you've passed, how do you see the situation going on in the world at this time? I'm ever excited that humanity has been able to lift itself to a vibration that is ever changing at this time. More and more people are becoming aware of the knowledge that is at their fingertips, and they're being able to access it to change their thoughts, in which the computer within their minds is able to be reprogrammed. Therefore, they're able to create the future they want versus the life that they were born into due to past karmas. The earth right now is shifting at quite a rapid rate as more and more people are awakening to the higher understanding of their own abilities to save themselves. The world is no longer looking for a savior. I digress. Many are now learning to save themselves. There is still a victim mentality within millions, but that is shifting quickly and evermore, as more and more are empowered to rise up against their adversaries, and also within the abuse within themselves, the mentalities they'd use to abuse themselves with their thoughts of not being enough, or not knowing enough, or not having enough. By changing the way they think, they are going to be able to transform their realities into a better, enhanced, she just said a word I can't pronounce. She's apparently I need to read a thesaurus. Hold on. She's kind of funny. Okay. She says, plant your mind in a state where you can hear my words clearly. As she says, I am nervous, and I'm worried what people will think. So make sure that I'm prepared to reply in anything that she says and not question it. As this will be a sign that is coming directly from her and not some other kind of source. She says, be very clear as you speak, slow down if needed, but make sure that what I say is coming in a way that others can understand. And this happens by opening the channel in complete trust and not trying to control the situation. If I would be willing, she would be willing to speak without questions at this time, as there is many things she would like to say. And she hopes that many of you will be able to understand these words at this time, as it will be ideal for those that are wishing to have a happier life and wanting to achieve something in their life that is worth living for. A recognition of their pain is noted, but she would like you to shift your consciousness out of this pain and start focusing on what you desire versus the pain. Your pain cycles are what have caused you to keep trapped in your dimensions that you are currently in, and you must become conscious of these patterns to eliminate them and to override them with the correct thought forms, which are processing as we speak. Okay, so I'm going to just breathe and just talk I'm going to try to slow it down, but I'm going to try to say what she says, and hopefully it makes complete sense without me trying to analyze what she's saying. She says, remember when you were a little girl, Natalie, and the world around you seemed so big, but you had so much hope because you weren't focused on what was going wrong. You were focused on what was going to happen right now. It's in the state of now and consistent learning that we are able to grow at a higher level of consciousness. We do not question what is happening. We simply enjoy it. processing the experiences in a way that helps us to relate to others and create connection within humanity and within ourselves and within our siblings and our family. This is what you need to do as you grow older. Hello, dear fly. You must learn to let go of the things that haunt you, the trauma that keeps you trapped, and the pain that keeps you in sorrow. And start embracing the feelings that bring you joy. Not that you should ignore your pain. Your pain and your sorrow teaches you what is no longer working for you. It's a definite sign that something in your life is not right, that you are not being treated healthy, you are not treating others healthy, and you're not loving yourself completely. It is generally caused from a mental state of allowing ourselves to be abused and to abuse ourselves because we think something is wrong with us. But these states of pain are tickets for us to change, for us to assess our lives and realize we are in a situation that is not honoring our highest and best selves. When you step into an authentic, self-loving role, you no longer allow others to tell you how to live your life or what to do. Just as a child rebels constantly in their own spirit because they live freely, only a oppressed child cries. A child that is able to live its life without oppressed situations is healthy and thriving. And adults are very much the same. It is the fear of what others think that have kept us prisoner in our realities. It is the fear of what others may do to us that have kept us in fear within our realities. You remove these fears, and your life is free to flow. You are able to enjoy your reality in a way where you get to be in charge. Nobody has the right to tell you how to live your life. Not even your parents. Their guidance, their love, those are definitely wanted and needed in many of cultures and in various states as a child develops. But a child came in with its own premonition of what it wants its life to be. Its soul knows what lessons it's meant to learn. It is not up to the parents to decide what that is. We do not own our children. We do not own each other. Each person is a soul that is worthy of this experience. The souls on earth are the highest evolved souls. They are souls that have been able to earn the right to come down and learn some of the toughest lessons any souls will ever learn. Look to your left and look to the right. If you see someone, that someone is a genius in that realms of souls. Being human is one of the hardest things a soul can do. They must forget who they are. They must forget their abilities, their passions, and they be sent here with amnesia, in a state where they can be reincarnated over and over and over and over and over again until they understand why they have come, and they have healed the cycles of karma which they have created. They knew this before they came down, and that is why it is terrifying to many souls, and many don't ever make the request to come. So those that have journeyed here, praise yourself, because you are beautiful and you are powerful, far more than you even know. Life is not a game, but is not a chore. It resembles a mix between, we have jobs that we must do, but we came to do them with joy. Not that everything in life will bring us joy, because many of it will cause us great awakenings within, which is often caused by pain, reminding us that something is amiss. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because there's flies, but I actually am grateful for flies because they remind me that if I get irritated or they're annoying me, it reminds me that I'm not in the moment and I'm not centered and my heart chakra's not opened. And so I'm actually grateful for flies, but they distracted me for a second. I'm trying to see if I can connect with her again. She says, Natalie, I'd be willing to continue this conversation at a later date. At this time, Tom has some questions that he would like you to ask. And so I'm going to set up a time where you can communicate with me to make sure that this gets followed through on, as that is one of the tasks that we are excited for you to start being able to do. Complete tasks. Thank you, Louise.